Hey guys, it is King Jellybean. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I am the owner and the Change Project, as you guys know. Today we have a special podcast without anybody because I am all alone today because, the factor that Hangouts is gone. So hopefully you guys can hear me. If you guys can join in and give me a check that you guys can hear me, that would be wonderful. Because tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. As you guys know, we have recently postponed our first topic of the year. And a lot of people say that it's because of Twitter or it's because, we're just not doing it or something. But you're wrong. The reason why we've postponed is because of the recent matters going on in the world, including the rising upscale of suicide, gun violence, drugs, and many other issues, including the recent mass shootings that have happened, and including a lot of other things that we have decided to postpone our first topic and are making a statement on Twitter and other social media saying that we will not take it no more. We are making a stand and we will fight for what is right. So this time we're going to be doing some different things as we are still fighting. The reason why this thing is called we cannot let it stand. These problems are getting out of hand. Make a stand is it's a new our new little kind of topic thing that we're talking about is these problems are getting out of hand. Time to take a stand because guys, the reason we postponed was because of that. And to the one person watching, can you please let me know if you can hear me? That would be wonderful because yeah. Um, these problems are getting way out of hand. And I've been working on some newer statistics for today because we do have quite a few research done that I've been doing throughout the day from 2017 to 2019 with several credible websites that I've researched and done some newer statistics. And they might not be the newest, but at the same time, we are looking to see the uprise scale or the uprise fall within these statistics. Now, with that being said, we're going to start out today with talking about why are these problems becoming such a problem again? Well, you see, due to the recent things that have been happening in this world, we have seen these statistics start to rise more within the past couple months or so. The reasons are unknown. Now, I do want to clarify one thing. A lot of people do, and this is one thing we'll be talking about today, and we're going to go and talk about it. A lot of people do blame the Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you can. Can you guys hear me better now? I don't know. I really don't know. Is one thing is people like to blame TV and video games, in which that has no connection. Statistics have proven, and researchers have proven, that TV and video games with violence in them, including the factor of, horror movies or TV shows that include murder or drugs and stuff, do not cause or has any connection to the problems of these days. Now, that's not saying that there could maybe be that one person out there in this world that maybe saw something on TV and wanted to reenact it. That is possible. There has been people to do it before. But statistics prove that there is no connection because you can't watch something and then it influence you, even though, we have peer pressure and stuff. It's just something that can't happen. So statistics have proven that, once again, TV shows and movies and video games have no connection to any of the issues going on nowadays. Now, for the past 30 years, these statistics have been going down. Suicide rates drop, gun violence rates drop, drugs drop, all this stuff drops. But all of a sudden, they go back up, and technically, they never really did drop. Because the thing is, yeah, they might have been on a down low, but at the same time, are they really? Because of the factor that this still happens, the Change Project won't stop fighting. If it's still happening, it's still a problem. And now that more people are starting to go on, in fact, here's a random statistic about gun violence. 100%, not 100%, 61%, which is the highest percent of gun violence in America, is suicide. Now, suicide, 800,000 people die each year of suicide or higher every 40 seconds. Now, this leads to 61% of suicides caused by gun violence. Second of all, we have 35% of gun violence is homicides. Those are the two biggest percents. 61% being suicides, 35% being homicides. Then we go down to the other littler ones that we go to here in a little bit. I've only got one statistic on drugs right now because I'm still researching some of that. But that statistic is 90% of people who with a substance abuse problem begin before they were even 18. A lot of, and this includes vaping, smoking, getting high on something, or just taking, like getting addicted to ibuprofen, getting addicted to nose spray, anything like that is considered substance abuse. And it does to alcohol and stuff like that. It can start before you're 18 most of the time. Now, these websites that I'm getting this stuff from is save.org, www.amnestyusan.org, and afsp.org, and lawcenter.giffords.org. Those are the several websites that I'm getting this stuff from. And at this time, I'm going to get on my phone real quick because I need to check something, because I don't know if I'm able to see the chat or not. BRB. Be right back, guys. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm so sorry, but I am back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and head over so I can get the chat pulled up, because I'm not really able right now to see the chat that is going on in the whatchamacallit. Now, with that being said, let's continue on, because we're not just going to stop. Now, here's the thing. Because of these recent outbursts in gun violence, which leads us to our next little topic, due to the recent outburst in gun violence over the weekend, as you guys know, over the weekend there was several gun violence related shootings, and that includes two main shootings, which over 33 people were killed and dozens were injured over the weekend. Now, this includes that one of them included racism. The one reason why it happened was because of racism. Now, guys, that means that this one person went into a Walmart down in Texas, El Paso, actually, and killed, and apparently in his words, not in his words, a statement saying, trying to kill as many Mexicans as he could. Now, this just includes that the politics nowadays do have an influence. Now, politics is something that I don't get into, and anytime someone asks me about politics, I'm like, no, politics cause problems. Because if you see politics have caused war, they've caused suicide, they've caused everything. So it's proven that politics can cause some of these issues, and including that politics say that much of immigration is coming over, that immigrants are getting everything free and Americans cannot, that there are more Americans on the streets than there are immigrants because immigrants are getting all free. That's not true. You guys need to listen. Immigrants come over here illegally, yes, which is wrong. I do not agree with it. My personal opinion. But at the same time, guys, the only reason that they come over here is because they're trying to, some of them are. There is that percentage that is coming over here to get stuff free. That small percentage that is trying to do this, that percentage of that. Yes, and I don't have that as a statistics yet, but I know it. Now, here's the thing. There is also a large number of people coming over here to get rid of the circumstances that they lived in. And because it is so hard to get over to America because of overpopulation, hard to get a job, you have to have a degree, have to have money, you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to have this, you have to do this whole question thing, all this stuff, all this paperwork, and sometimes they won't let you in because of that. That 1% of people who get into America legally, that 1% of the ones that are not getting in just to get stuff free, that could be a reason why. Now, with that being said, do not assume that all immigrants are this or that, because look at what it's led us to. People shooting up a Walmart because they want to kill as many Mexicans. And it could be just a hate crime. It could be just because, oh, you're getting my stuff free. I'm sorry. That could be many reasons of why this stuff is happening, guys. And you can't let it continue to happen. Give me 1 second while I tweet this, and then we'll get right back into it. So yeah. By the way, we just hit 10 minutes, so that's awesome. Van. We must make a stand. Okay, so that's what I'm putting down for this, as we are now going to be posting this on Twitter as our new motto, which is these problems are getting out of hand, we must make a stand. Now, guys, with that being said, these are the problems that we are looking at here. These are the things that we have to take care of because it's time. We cannot continue to let this stuff happen. We just can't. And if you do, then what are you doing? Because these problems that we're talking about, right now we're talking about immigration and stuff, these problems are things that we have control over, if you didn't know. Yes, maybe, they're really hard to get control over. Yes. Also, another thing is that these problems have happened forever. Yes. Another thing is that these problems are never going to end. Very true. But just because they're never going to end doesn't mean you can't make them better. When Martin Luther King decided to stop slavery and stop racism and stuff, and, profiling and stuff like that, what did he do? He didn't say, oh, well, it's never going to change. Sorry. He said, no, it's not going to get better. I mean, it's going to get better. It's not going to ever end. But let's do something. And change is hard. Guys, advice is change is hard. Martin Luther King got assassinated over it. So did Abraham Lincoln. Now, that doesn't mean if you try to make a change, you're going to be assassinated, because don't think that. But like I say, change is very hard to do. But once you do it, it will never change. Slavery still goes on today in other countries, but in the United States, it's ended. Getting profiled, which means you're not allowed to go into places because you're a color or because you're a different race, it doesn't happen anymore in America. It's illegal. Even though, yes, there are people who are still racism. They have people who say, oh, you're this, you're this. They profile people. Yes, I agree. People still do it. But the things that they fought for, Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King and people and other people Alexander Hamilton, the things that they fought for did come true. And they still are changes today. So that's my advice, is just because change is hard, you have to be willing, cut out, have the work time, because it takes so much time. I do it after I come home from school. I get on my computer, I get busy with paperwork, with research, with stuff like that. I have a whole book right now that I'm studying on college degree style psychology, trying to make a change in this world by understanding everything that you can understand. And that's what you have to do. You can't go into it thinking, oh, I'm definitely going to make a change and stuff. No. You can't. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. You can't go into it thinking that change is going to happen in one day, or change is going to, never going to happen, or it's going to, it's going to be easy. No. If you do, you're not going to be able to do it. These things have to change. And the only way to do them is by taking a stand. Like we say, these problems, we must take a stand. These problems are out of hand. Guys, it is too much work to continue on letting this stuff happen. And that leads us straight to our next topic. We're getting off of immigration now, and we're going straight to suicide. Suicide, it's the 10th causing death. The 10th leading cause of death in the U.S. 47,173 people, Americans, die of suicide in just 2017 alone. 800,000 people die each year of suicide. Every 40 seconds. Every 40 seconds, a person dies. I wish I could add that up right now, but I don't want to spend time not talking, because I cannot talk and do that at the same time. Just can't. But after the stream, I will add up the time of the stream, and we'll see how many people died from the time we started to the time we ended. Just from suicide. Just from suicide. Suicide is caused by bullying, tragic events, mental illness, abuse, substance abuse, medicine, politics, and many other things too. Some of the biggest problems in this world wrap around suicide. They all cause it, just like suicide can cause all these other things. Like I used to say, it's like a web. And the web is you take a topic and you put it in the center, and then you build your web around it. And as you're building your web, you see how these things connect. Oh, bullying. Wait, that can cause suicide. That's a connector. What about substance abuse? Yeah, you can get upset. Substance abuse can make you go crazy. You can die. Boom. Abuse and stuff. That it all connects. From drugs to gun violence. Gun violence. Let's see. Like I said, 61% of gun violence in America is suicide. Boom. There's a connector. Gun violence right there. Gun violence could be the outer ring for all you want. It's like a web that connects and makes all these little connectors between these topics of homelessness, poverty, this stuff. Guys, this is the facts. And nobody's watching this right now. If you're watching this after your life, then thank you. Because you actually care. For the people who are not watching and who are subscribed, don't be subscribed to us. Because we're not going to stop making a change even when there's 0 people watching, 1 like. Because none of that matters. What matters is that we are taking a stand and we're not going to stop. Nobody will stop us. Because we're tired of the crap that goes on in this world. So many people, like there was just one person on Twitter who used to bash us because hashtag I'm a creator, which was on the news yesterday on the King Jubbing News, because they were promoting us. And we were never associated with them. And I'm not going to bash them because I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to listen to tweets. And the thing is that what happens is this one person was tweeting saying that we were getting controlled by them. And I was like, what? And I'm not going to name names because that doesn't matter. This is just an example. And I was like, what are you even talking about? Why would we be involved with Satan? What? I was like, that's so confusing. We are standing up against actual world problems, but we're Satan? Like, that's just weird. So I just ignored it because, and I did eventually take it all down. I eventually got that person out and suspended because I was tired of the hate because it wasn't true. None of it was true against us. If the person would have actually looked and did their research on us and actually paid attention, then you would have saw the actual truth behind the Change Project. The Change Project lets anybody be with them because we're not going to judge. In this world, if you judge or assume that somebody's doing something, you're just part of the problem. Word of advice, guys. And this goes out to that one person too, and I think you're not doing it as much anymore. And I get where you're coming from with these things. I do, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, what you were doing to us was wrong. And the thing is that if you're going to assume, if you're going to hate, if you're going to tweet about something like religion, let's take the religion, the Jesus and Satan, saying that because one person said something about this person, then that person is getting controlled by them or something else because that one person who said something about them is doing this. Like I say, if you let people judge you based on who you hang out with, because it depends. Yes, some people who you hang out with is wrong. There are people who do that kind of stuff that you don't want to hang out with, but they'll learn. But that's not what I mean. What I mean is if let's say Eastern Music Ministry, one of our members is promoting us, but he's doing some bad stuff. Yes, again, he's doing the wrong. Yes, he is. You're right. But does that make us in the wrong? No. So, word of advice. That's the word of advice from the Twitter thing that happened a long time ago now. Don't assume. Don't combine. Do not judge, because if you start doing that, then you are also becoming part of the problem. And that leads to these things, because that one thing could have caused somebody to get suicidal because they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so hurt because it's cyberbullying. One thing, gun violence, people get hate crimes a lot. Over the weekend, you saw it on the news, but you didn't care because all you care about it is the news. The news is like a leading cause of some of these things as well. The news shows the 24/7 news cycle, which means that they have to fill 24 hours every single day with a story, and most of those stories are negative. It's proven. It's proven. Proven. If you can't hear me, it's proven. Do I need to spell it out? Proven. Proven. Just for those people in the back. Just so you know. Proven stuff. So don't argue, don't fight. Because the Change Project, and this stream is not about the Change Project, by the way, but I am having a little rant, of course. Hello, Easton. This is my little rant right now. My little rant is that just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. And the Change Project gets all the statistics from the best sources, from the newest sources, from the best places they can get it. The Change Project researches for hours a day, for weeks and months, getting this stuff ready before they even talk about it. And the only reason why we postponed our first topic was because of this, because these statistics of gun violence, suicide, poverty, drugs are rising again, and we don't know why this is happening. We were doing so well, even though it's not good, it's better than nothing. Guys, if you can keep one person from killing themselves, one person from killing somebody, one person from taking that drug that could end their life or get them hooked, that one person, hear me in the back, hear me back there, hello, people in the back, I'm waving at you, one person from doing something, one. Again, for the people in the back, one, O-N-E, that one person from doing something, you made a change. Yes, it's small, but just because it's small compared to the world, it's huge compared to that. Because you just brought down that statistic 0.000000001, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but at the same time, if you take science, you'll understand that one person is not just a small statistic. It is a huge statistic compared to the entire world. And this is my rant. I am getting involved. You people do not understand these problems because all you watch is the news. And if you do understand them, stand up, because it is time to do something, guys. It is too late to go back. The past is the past, and if you repeat it, it will repeat. The life that you change will be forever, in Eastern Music Ministries' words. That 1.111000%, that 0.001% is huge. You brought down that statistic. Any of them. You brought it down. If you could give that one person some money on the street, give them a couple dollars to get them food, maybe they can get a job. Maybe somebody out there will hire them. Next thing you know, boom, that statistic drops. Every statistic drops for that one person, and they are constantly happening. If you guys would get involved with that, if you would continue to do that and do it more and more and more, I'm just almost knocked over my headset, more and more and more and more, you've set it for life. Because it will continue happening. It's repetitive. If you haven't told, that's why people say statistics are going down for 30 years, but all of a sudden, boom, they go back up again. These things I will not let here. And if you're just now joining, you are very late. At the end of the stream, you need to go back, because remember, we're counting right now. Every 40 seconds someone dies from suicide. At the end of the stream, I'm going to count it all up, and we're going to see how many people died since we started to the time we end. How many people have died just in that time, in just 22 minutes? If that was 1 minute every time someone killed themselves, and actually let's see, what is the statistic here? I don't think I have it. I think it's 100 people are killed by gun violence every year. Let me search up something real quick. There we go. Let's just see here. Let's just see what we can find right here on this. Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. Whoa. Go back. Let's just look at this statistic right here. Oh, wait, I get that now. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Okay, here you go. Right here. Boom. It's time to prove you. It's time to show you what is going on with this stuff. 100 Americans are killed every day with guns. So today, 100 Americans will die. In the past month, almost 30 people, almost do like a 30 times. Alexa, what is 30 times 100?
30 times 100 is 3,000.
Let's say if the month has 30 days, 3,000 people just died. While you're watching the news, or while you were playing YouTube, or while you were playing Minecraft, or Minecraft is okay, but Fortnite, this is off topic, but no. While you were playing video games, or while you were just listening to some random person talk, which you're listening to me talk, so look at you. But what I'm saying is important. Guys, just because you don't like change, just because you think it's stupid, just because you think it's not important to you, just because you don't think you're right for it, doesn't mean you can't do it. People say you have to be wanting to make a change to join something like this or to help somebody. No, you don't. All it takes is saying hi. Let's go back to that one person. Hello, people in the back. That one person. Remember that. Remember. Listen to me now. Listen. Don't let me lose your ears. Listen. That one person in that elevator as you're going to your doctor's office, as you're going up the stairs to school, as you're going down the street and you're running, as you're jogging and losing weight, as you're going to Pizza Hut or anywhere. That one person. You're like, hey, how are you doing today? Or hey, nice shoes. Or something as simple as hi. Saved a life. Just because it's something so simple, remember, hear me in the back, hello back, that's something so small compared to the world, 0.0000001%, you just dropped it. Because that one person you could save. The Sticky Note Challenge is going out. The Change Project owns the Sticky Note Challenge. We're not letting it go. The Sticky Note Challenge was made by me in a classroom one day, just sitting there talking to my friends. And I was like, Sticky Note Challenge. We can spread sticky notes around on the school, on the streets, and anywhere. And then you can be like, people can be going out and be like, hi, you have nice shoes, or hi, you're an amazing person, or hi, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing great. And they can be like, cry, oh my gosh, because you just saved their life. You saved their life right there. You might not know it, because it's not the enjoyment of knowing that you did something great. Yes, it's good to take credit for stuff. Yes, it's good to feel great about making a change because it makes you happier, it makes you healthier in life. But at the same time, don't make it your goal to crave that credit. Because if you start craving credit and stuff like that, then you're just becoming a hero overlord, which is where you're taking too much power and you're becoming someone who's just doing it for power and doing it for happiness, and you don't want to do that. You want to do it to help people, to make a change in this world, to drop those statistics down. And if you can't do that, then who are you? Are you human? Yes, all humans make mistakes. Look at us before. Look at what we did in this world before. Look at us here, me and the people in the back. Don't let me lose your ears. This is what happens. It repeats itself because we keep studying. Why are we studying all this history? History from millions of years ago. What is it important to us anymore? Science is studying it. If you're going into those fields, study it. If you are going into something to make the world, if we just keep relying on what we know from the past, what is going to happen in the future? It repeats. Mass shootings keep happening. Hate, politics, no matter what the reason is, just because they're white, just because they're wearing untied shoelaces, pop, dead. Why? Don't lose me. Why? Why? And if you can give me a good reason why, you're not human. Because who are you? If you can give me a good reason why somebody should die because of something, tell me right now. Yeah, they're a child molester. Yeah, they might have killed 50 people. People make mistakes, and that's not what I'm saying. Now listen to me, don't you lose me, because you'll make assumptions when I'm saying this is what causes assumptions and this what leads to this stuff, so don't lose me here. Do not. What I'm saying is that because somebody is doing something, somebody is dressed like that, just because somebody does that or looks like that or anything, doesn't mean that they deserve the ultimate worst. God decides their fate, first of all. If you don't believe in God, well then okay, then whoever decides their fate, the police. Yes, there is the ultimate evil, going into a Walmart and killing people just because of their color. Just because on the news you hear that all immigrants are taking over America, and next thing you know, America's an immigrant. Guess what? Hey, don't lose me to that one people back there. Don't lose me. Hello, I'm talking to you. Guess what? We are all immigrants. And if you tell me I'm wrong, you're wrong. Because who owned America first? Anybody remember? Can anybody tell me in the chat? Indians. Native Americans owned this land. Guess who came over here? Hello, immigrants from all over the world. First from Britain, and even from there we had others. We had connectors. It's like a little spider web. Little spider web. Remember me now. Don't lose me. Immigrants took over the America. We did some bad things. Next thing you know, we were built off of immigration. We were built of a place that people could come to be free all over the world. Why is immigrant a name that we all own? Don't lose me. We own that name. I own that name. I'm part Irish and stuff for all I know. I don't know who all I am, but I know I'm several countries from all over the world. Yeah. Don't lose me. Because guess what? We own that name. And if you tell me that immigrants are bad, well, then I'll be darned. We should all leave. We should just take everybody in America and throw them out in the ocean if we're all bad. Because guess what? If immigrants are bad, we're bad because we are. Did you ever think about that, America? Don't lose me. Did you ever think about that? Because if you didn't, then why? Why are you judging someone because they are from a different country just like you, just like me and you? Maybe you are full-blooded Cherokee. Good Lord, thank you for being here, because you were the first people on this planet, you were the people of America before. We took over. Yeah. But now that we're complaining that others are too, what is the deal? Yes, there is that percent of them that are coming here just to get things free and handed to them. Yes, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, there's still an even bigger percent coming over here to get better lives because of their things. And one thing is that America has made it so hard to get in here because of overpopulation, because of these things that we're letting happen, that people come over here illegally. You see what I'm talking about. Look at the pattern that we've made. Look at the web that we've done. Look at the damage that we've done to people. Instead of helping these other countries, and yes, there is a lot more that goes into it, but we're not going into that tonight. Why would we go into all that crap? We're not going to. But listen to me. Just because, why not help the others? Mexico, Puerto Rico, and stuff. We help them some, but why not help them more? Because the more we can help, the better this world will be. They won't be coming over here as much. There won't be as much overpopulation in America and stuff. Because they'll be able to live a happy life where they are. And maybe they do want to come to America to be freer. Or maybe they do want to come to America to get a better life or something. Make it, because yes, terrorism is a big thing. We're not talking about that stuff tonight. We're not going really deep into this. But here is my message on this little rant that I've had over the past 10 minutes. And right now, I'm telling you, at least over 100 people have died right now, I'm sure. That's wrong, actually. At least over 33, probably around 30 people have died since we started. Just because of suicide. And that might not sound a lot, but imagine it's your family. 30 of your family members just died. Because we are technically all family. From some way or another, even if you're not religious, there were still two people on earth before anybody else. We know that. It's true. So we all come from that same bloodline. You know? We've all had that. We're all connected. So how come immigrant has become a bad word? And immigration has been considered millions of immigrants coming to America to steal your paycheck, to steal your job, to steal your house. You're going to become homeless because you are letting immigrants into this country. Stupid. I'm going to be flat out with you guys. It's stupid. Because if that's true, then I'm taking your job. I'm going to take your house too. And by the way, Easton's going to do it too. And so is, what's that name? At the video call, Jim, he's going to do it too. Yeah. Because he's an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. Easton's an immigrant. What? Explain. Explain to me. Explain it. Come on now. I'm waiting. Don't lose me and the people in the back, because I'm talking to you. I'm talking to everybody in this world right now. Why? Why? That is the question. Why? So if we say that, then that means President Trump's going to steal your house, going to steal your job, he's going to make sure you're homeless. For crying out loud, people. I know that there is people that are from different countries doing wrong. I know it. But at the same time, does that make them all wrong? I'm tired of going down the street and then somebody saying, oh, there's an immigrant, I bet they're getting everything free. Oh, it makes me so mad. People in the back, don't lose me. Because it's stupid. These problems are out of hand. We got to take a stand. It's too late to go back. We have to do it now. Not just immigration, not just suicide, not just gun violence, not just drugs, not just poverty, not just anything. Every single issue in this world is connected one way or another. Destroy those connectors. Be the change of this world. For crying out loud, people, we can't continue to see this happen. And because there's 0 people watching this right now live, thank you for listening to me do nothing but yell at you. And I'm not here yelling, but guys, what else is it going to take? If you can't prove to people these things, then what are you going to do? I'm proving you wrong. And yes, I'm 15 years old. Wow, look at me. I live in Tennessee. Wow, he's too young to be on YouTube. Wow, he should get kicked off. Wow, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Credible websites, years of research, years on my back that is credible. I am only 15 years old and I am out here working my butt off every day after school when I could be sitting here playing video games. I could be like talking to my friends all day, or I could even just be watching YouTube all day. No, I am sitting here researching, doing credible stuff, credible research, reading constantly, writing poems, writing some songs, writing this, doing this, and doing this for this cause. Take that in. Just take that in for a second. Take it in. Years of credible work behind my back. So how can you prove me wrong, people? How? It's the truth and you know it. It's the truth and you won't accept it. It's the truth and you won't own it. It's on you. It's on me. It's on all of us. And don't take that wrong. Listen to me, people in the back. Don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Because people are people. We make mistakes. We are human. God didn't make us perfect, of course. There are people who are going to do wrong. And it's not on your shoulder, it's on all of us for letting it happen. It's on all of us for not trying to drop that percentage. Like I said, you can't make the world perfect. Like I said, it will never be perfect. And if you think it's going to be perfect, you're wrong. But like I said, we can change. Gun violence can drop. Suicide rates can drop. Anything can drop. They're dropping right now as we speak. People are doing things right now to help people somewhere. Because you can't just say it's not going on, because it is. People are helping people right now. They're making a change. If you didn't know, yeah. But what are you doing? Are you going through these things right now? Are you going through this stuff? Find help. Get help. Be that person to help yourself, help others, and show people that you don't have to go through it alone. Show people that you can get out of it, because it's normal to go through some stuff like that sometimes. Yes. If you're going through any of these problems, just know that it can be changed. Anything can change. You could be in the worst possible situation. The worst possible no matter what. Look at what I went through and by the way, that was my elbow, so not to go off topic. Anyway, though. But look at what I went through when I was little. And compared to me, there's people who have been way worse. But mine was pretty bad too. Even though there's been people but even if you go so low, so to the deepest, darkest low, which you can never find, you can still get out of it. It might be extremely hard. It might take a lot of time. It might take a lot of work. It might take a lot of help. It might take medicine. It might take people. It might take, who knows? But you can. For the person who used this exact segment of this speech that I'm talking right now against me, saying that I was wrong, using some fake crap against me, saying that I was mind tricked or whatever, you're wrong as well. It's proven. Look at me. Look at people like my friend, I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to call her AG. Look at AG. Look at people like, crap, what do you call them? People who have been sex trafficked. Look at people who have been thrown into cages and locked up for years, kidnaps, stuff like this. Look at that stuff. Tell me those people didn't get out. Some of them didn't. Some of them did. And if I can say that at least one of them did, that proves my point. Listen to me, people in the back. Listen. That proves my point exactly. Exactly. If one person can do it, somebody else can. Don't tell me it can't happen, because it can. And if you tell me it can't, then you're wrong. You're wrong. Not to be rude, not to be hateful, but you're wrong. Straight up. I'm not going to play games anymore. I'm not going to be nice anymore about this stuff, guys. I'm tired of it. You are wrong if you are going to try to argue with the credit of this stuff, the credible statistics, the research, the everything. And I'm not saying that we get everything right, because nobody's perfectly right. But at the same time, the stuff I'm saying is proven. That proves me right. I'm done now. I'm done ranting for the night. Guys, it's your choice whether this world changes or not. It's your choice. To the 0 people watching this live right now, thank you for watching. To the people who are watching this not live right now, thank you. Listen to what I've said. Take it in. Watch it a couple times if you have to, because I've said a lot really fast. Go back and listen, because I don't want you thinking something I said, because how do you think assumptions are made? For those people in the back, hello. Because you don't listen to the whole thing. You hear one thing and you're like, oh, pause, tweet, this person's satanic, this person's lying, this person's this. What? If you do that, then what credit do you have? Oh, at 0:23 seconds, he said something about this. People go watch it and they're like, they keep watching for a couple more seconds and then they see where I said something else. They're like, oh, you were wrong. Don't judge. Do not assume. Do not do any of that. Because if you do, then you're part of the problem. For those people out there who are trying to fix the problems by showing this, showing that stuff, like I've talked about, you're part of the problem. Did you know that? Oh, if you didn't, well, hello, you're part of the problem. This stream has been 40 minutes long. You know how many people have died since we've been talking? You know how many people have died every 40 seconds, every 15 seconds? You know how many people have died right now? Many of them have. Due to these issues that we're not doing anything about. Fix them, people. Fix them. As this stream is about to end, fix them. Listen to me. I might not be perfectly right about everything, but look at all the years I've had. Look at the stuff that I'm crediting myself, that I'm looking off of a paper to get these statistics and stuff. Nobody is perfectly right, because things can change, including this world. Change happens every single day, every single second. Keep it up. Make it bigger. Make it stronger. Become a force of change. Like I've said, become a spider web of change. You know that spider web theory that we were talking about with these problems? Do the same thing with change. Do it. Do it. And if you've missed this stream live, go back and watch the whole entire thing. Usually I say, I'll only watch the second half or something. Watch the entire thing. Because you need to. Guys, that's all I have for you tonight. I'm leaving you with this. These problems are out of hand. We have to take a stand. Change starts with you. It's not just on your shoulder, it's on everybody's shoulder in this entire world. We have to fix these issues or it's going to overtake us. Just because the Bible says, oh, it's never going to get better. It's never going to get perfect. It's never going to ever end. Yeah, that's true. Even if you don't believe in God, you know it's never going to end because we're human. But at the same time, Martin Luther King did a massive change. Abraham Lincoln and so many others did too. Those people... Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me get a drink. So sorry, my throat gets dry too, don't worry. I'm human too. Those people who were in sex trafficking situations that got out, those people who were in the deepest, darkest situations that got out, they made a change. They showed people that they can do it, and you can too. Again, this one part of the speech that I was talking about earlier, which was like, no matter what situation you're in, you can get out of it eventually, it was used against me, saying that I was mind tricked and stuff. How? It was used against me in many ways by one person, telling that I was lying. Oh, so if you're this, you can get out. No, it's not what I'm saying. Yes, you can. You can get out of that situation. It might take a lot of work. It might take a lot of time. It might take a lot of help, medicine, whatever. You can still get out of it. It's proven. People have done it. And if they can do it, you can too. And if you can't, then if you think you can't, then that you need to stop. People think that there's no other way out than cutting themselves. People think that they should hang themselves and sit there and cry until they die. People think that they should just sit there and die, starve to death because of who they are, because of who they look like, because of this and because of that, because of this. Stop. Just stop. Why? I know that it can be hard. I know that these things can happen, but guys, please. Why would you do that? Can you explain? You can get out of it. You can. No other answer. You can. You can't prove me wrong, because it's true. You can't argue with me. You can't assume what I'm saying, because you just can't. The reason why the Change Project is so credible is because we back up everything we say. We credit everything we say. We do this, we do that. We do all this stuff to make sure nobody can try to prove us wrong. Nobody can try to do this because it's true. It's pure fact. And if it's not fact, then oh gosh, I don't know. I guess the entire world is wrong. The entire scientists that work day and night, and they could be wrong. They could be. But statistics that are used for years, studied over years at a time, and then statistically shown, proven, I don't think that they're really wrong. They can be changed, but I don't think they're wrong. And if you think they are, then what world are you living in? This stream was not to be rude, not to be hateful, not to be violent towards anybody. But I'm tired, I'm exhausted of being nice with it anymore. We used to be really nice about it. We did have some times where we were really rough about it. This is one of those times that I came up here by myself because I'm tired of it. Make a change. You don't have to join the Change Project. You don't have to make an organization. You don't have to do any of that. You can say hi to someone going down the street or anything like we talked before. Go back and watch this entire stream if you've missed it. Do it for me. Do it for me. Please. Listen to the things I've said. I've even said most of them repeated. Don't miss this here. Don't miss this here. The people in the back. People back there, if you're watching this out live and you're in the back, listen to me. This is one of the most important streams you're going to see. And this could be one of the most important streams you see in your life. This is a speech that I've created just sitting here. I haven't wrote any of this down. I didn't write my speech. I wrote the statistics and research. I didn't write my speech. I don't even know what to call this speech. But guys, it's time. Make a change. One way or another. Do something about this world. If you don't, then it's just going to keep getting worse. The news is just going to keep getting worse. People are still going to be doing this stuff more and more and more. Why would you let that happen when you can change it? No, it's not going to be perfect. Never. But why can't you do something to change it just a little bit? Just a little bit. People, come on. It's not that hard. It's really not. One word can save a life. One word. One word can do anything. One thing, one action can do anything. Please, guys, make a change. Be the generation, or the generations before, that do something about it. For me, for this world. Because if you don't, it's just going to keep getting heavier and heavier on your shoulders. Pretend like one last little thing. Pretend that you have a weight on your shoulders, like a 10-pound weight. Every time these statistics grows, you gain another 10 pounds. Right now, we have about a good 10,000 pounds. Now imagine if you were holding 10,000 pounds on your shoulders right now. Just right now. Imagine that. Whew, that wears me out. Wow. Now every year it's getting bigger, and eventually it will get to thousands and thousands. Before you know it, we'll be at 1 million pounds. Wow, can you imagine lifting 1 million pounds? Wow, you're superhuman. This stuff builds up on you. Don't let it keep building up. With that being said, though, I'm going to end this here because I've ranted long enough. But over 50 people have died since we've started just by suicide right now, I think. If I count up all the 40 seconds, probably around 50 people here in just a minute or so will die. Right now, as we're speaking. It sounds insane, but it's true. Change starts with you. You are the next change. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. These problems are out of hand. We have to make a stand. I've done this part. I've done my part. Will you do yours?